How is overtime calculated for a fluctuating workweek? Imagine working different hours each week but still getting paid a steady salary. How does overtime fit into this picture? That's what we're here to find out. When employees work varying hours, employers can use a special method called the fluctuating workweek to pay overtime. This approach is allowed under the Fair Labor Standards Act, which sets rules for minimum wage and overtime pay. It applies only to non-exempt employees, who are entitled to overtime pay when they work more than 40 hours in a week. These workers must be paid at least the minimum wage for all hours worked, and their hours must genuinely change from week to week. The key is that the employee receives a fixed salary each week, regardless of how many hours they work. Both the employer and employee need to agree that this salary covers all hours worked, no matter the number. Now, how do we figure out the overtime? First, you calculate the regular rate of pay for that week. To do this, divide the fixed salary by the total hours worked that week. For example, if someone earns $600 and works 48 hours, their regular rate is $600 divided by 48 hours, which equals $12.50 per hour. Since the employee has already been paid their straight-time wages through their salary, the overtime pay is only the half-time premium. For each overtime hour, the employer pays an extra half of the regular rate. Using our example, the overtime premium is half of $12.50, which is $6.25 per hour. If the employee worked 8 overtime hours, they are owed 8 times $6.25, totaling $50. So their total pay for the week would be $600 plus $50, which equals $650. This method works well for jobs with fluctuating hours, like retail or service positions. Employers must be sure all legal requirements are met, including clear communication with employees about how their pay is calculated. Remember, if there are bonuses, commissions, or shift differentials, these must be included when calculating the regular rate. The regular rate is recalculated each week based on total pay and hours worked. Employers need to be careful to follow all rules, because misapplying this method can lead to wage violations. Some states have stricter rules or do not allow the fluctuating workweek at all. From a labor law point of view, this method can make payroll simpler for variable hour workers, but it must be used correctly and transparently. Employees should understand how their wages are calculated and verify they are paid all wages owed, including proper overtime premiums. In essence, the fluctuating workweek allows employers to pay a fixed salary for all hours worked and add a half-time premium for overtime hours, as long as all legal conditions are met and everyone understands the arrangement.